Welcome to Waterford Property Watch. I am Maria Clifford. I am joined today by Shona Dunleavy from Daft.ie. Shona is the marketing manager. Shona, you're very welcome to Waterford. Tell me, what insights have you got for us in terms of buyers and sellers?
Thank you very much, Maria and team, for having me today. So as part of our ongoing strategy in Daft.ie, we are continuously surveying sellers and buyers across the nation, but particularly we do it on the county level and also a province level. So some of the key insights we've seen from a seller perspective is the biggest reason sellers are going to the market at the moment is actually around relocation, which we found really interesting. So 32% of sellers we surveyed in the Munster region have indicated that relocation is their primary reason, which we found really, really interesting. We also spoke to sellers in the Munster region around where they intend to research their agents or agencies in the Munster area, and 53% of them said they'd be starting online before selecting an agent, which we found fascinating from a behavioural perspective. We also asked sellers where the most important place their property should be when it goes to market, and 85% of them said Daft.ie, with the main reason being their perception it has the most amount of buyers on it. From a buyer perspective, what we're seeing is majority of buyers are dealing with a budget in Waterford with 250,000 or less. So 53% of them indicated that is their buying budget, and 61% of them indicated they had no more than 20% deposit ready to go for the property within that price range.
Shona, being the marketing manager in Daft, you know what good looks like. You've seen hundreds of properties. What's your top tips when it comes to photography? Quality photography is what you need to get ahead of from the very beginning. You can see a difference between sellers in partnership with their agents who've invested in quality photography. I always mention to agents and sellers who I speak to, you only have a couple of seconds to really land what the unique selling point and why buyers should inquire with your property, and photography is the first step to securing that interest. What's your opinion on agents who offer agent-led video tours and virtual tours?
My opinion on agents who offer these types of tours when it comes to marketing your property is that they're the agent that's going the extra mile on behalf of their seller, and they're the agent establishing the trust with potential buyers. The more buyers agents bring in for a property, it's a no-brainer in terms of securing the best possible price for their client, which again I think is another true quality of an expert agent in their field.
And in terms of buyers, so as we know, we've got a housing shortage. Properties are moving very quickly from when they go on the market to getting to point of being sale agreed. What are the tips you would have for buyers who are frantically out there looking for their property? They're on the property portals every day. How can they get ahead of the curve and, spot a property when it comes up quick and get their appointments made?
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways you can approach this. Our app, I would highly recommend. It's easy to navigate. Another piece you can use around the app is to register for email alerts as well as push notifications. We've brought on a couple of features in the last number of months to enhance user experience. We have the search nearby option, so if a buyer's in a particular locality and they're interested in properties they see, whether it's up the road or a couple of streets over, they can use the search nearby function. We've also introduced a mapping tool, so if potential buyers are interested in properties in one or two locations, they can draw a map almost and also widen that net, so when properties do come on that areas they get that push notification I did mention earlier. Another super piece of innovation we've added to our app recently is our add note function. So when buyers are viewing properties they're interested in, whether it's a question for the agent as a follow-up or whether it's a particular question around the property itself, they can add a note to themselves to follow up, and it'll appear every time they open the app on that property, which they can then save in their saved searches.
Fantastic. And what kind of feedback are you getting from buyers about these?
Phenomenal. So part of our role in Daft is to make sure we're constantly listening to our buyers, sellers and renters who are on site, as well as of course our valued clients, which are agents, and the feedback we've got is phenomenal. The user experience has gone tenfold. We're looking at a 10-star experience. That's what we strive for in Daft.ie. So buyers are really happy with how easy it is to use and how the improvements are really making an impact on their experience using the app.
Shona, thank you so much for joining us today and visiting us here in our offices in Waterford. I hope everybody found this really interesting. I've learnt loads actually of information I didn't know about. Thank you all for joining us.